Hi everyone, welcome to Kole Sukailu, Real Aikaiwa Shadowing. Let's get started with today's shadowing lesson. Listen to today's real native conversation. Focus on the rhythm and shadow along. Hyomo, Ishoni, step up, Shimasho. Practice daily to master vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and rhythm. Repeat. Try again and again. Zeiki. Shanaru no Toroku wo. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Ever found yourself needing to offer condolences in English, but not sure how to do it formally? It's tricky, isn't it? We all face those situations, and sometimes, I'm sorry, just doesn't cut it, especially in a professional setting.
Exactly. You want to be respectful, but not sound like you're reading from a script, right? You need that balance between sincerity and formality.
So let's get into it, shall we? We've got 5 formal phrases that will help you do just that, express condolences in a way that's both heartfelt and professional.
Okay, let's start with my condolences. It's probably the most straightforward of the bunch, isn't it? Like the base of any message.
Yeah, it is your go-to, for sure. You can use it in so many situations, written or spoken, and everyone understands its weight. Like if someone says, "My condolences on your loss," it hits home, right?
Totally. It's simple, yet it carries that deep sense of sympathy. And it can stand on its own or be the beginning of a longer message, depending on the situation.
Then there's "Please accept my deepest condolences." This one definitely ramps up the formality, adding that extra touch of sincerity, wouldn't you say?
All right, deepest takes it up a notch. It's like saying, "I really feel for you." You use this when you want to make it clear you're truly sorry, especially when you know the person's pain is immense.
Exactly. It's not just for a colleague. You'd use this for a boss or someone higher up in the company that you might not know as well. And what about, "I offer my condolences to you and your family"? It's more comprehensive, right?
Yeah, it acknowledges the whole family's suffering. It shows that you understand it's not just one person going through this, but a whole unit.
It's so thoughtful when you think about it, and it's perfect for a situation where the loss has impacted the whole family unit, like losing a parent or a spouse. So that's a good one to have. Now, we've also got "with deepest sympathy." How is that different from the previous phrases?
That's a good one. With deepest sympathy is usually for written messages, like sympathy cards or on a floral arrangement. It's not something you would usually say in person. It's more of a gesture, a way of saying you're thinking of them with all your heart.
Ah, that makes sense. So it is more for a tangible expression of your condolences as opposed to something you just say? It's a little bit more formal than "my deepest condolences" even?
Yep. It's less personal and more traditional, something you'd find on a sympathy card or a flower arrangement at a funeral service. A really elegant way to convey your sympathy. And we can afford to get, "I am sorry for your loss."
Right. "I am sorry for your loss" is the most common one that everyone knows, and that can be used pretty much anywhere.
Exactly. It is direct and heartfelt. You know, it's a way of showing that you understand their pain and that you're there for them. You often hear it after someone has shared the news of a passing. It's just a very good and general way of expressing condolences.
Okay, so we've got these 5 phrases, right? How about we play out a casual conversation, like one you might have with a friend, showing how you'd naturally use these?
That's a great idea. Let's do it. Okay, so imagine we're at a coffee shop. And I say, "Hey, have you heard about Mrs. Sato? Her father passed away recently." How would you respond?
Oh no, that's terrible news. I'd probably say, "Oh, I am so sorry for her loss. That's incredibly sad. I really liked Mr. Sato. He's always so kind." I'd want to acknowledge how sad the news is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, say I was telling you about a colleague at work who just lost their mother. What would you say?
I'd probably say something like, "Please accept my deepest condolences. I can't imagine how difficult this time must be for him." Keeping it formal, but still empathetic.
Exactly. That's a good way of showing respect, but still being mindful of the situation. And what if you're writing a card to someone you know, but not too closely?
I'd start with something like, "Dear Mr. Tanaka, with deepest sympathy, my thoughts are with you and your family during this difficult time," I guess.
Perfect. That acknowledges their whole family and is respectful too. Now imagine your friend is talking about their relative who's passed away.
I'd just say, "My condolences." Nice and simple, that would just be enough in that situation. It conveys that I know that they're going through a hard time.
Right. You don't always need to overcomplicate it. And lastly, if someone you work with is going through it, how would you handle it in person?
I'd probably say, "I offer my condolences to you and your family. It acknowledges their loss, but also recognizes that it is impacting their whole family unit."
Okay, so We've covered a lot here. 5 different phrases that have a little variation in usage but still have a similar meaning. Let's do a quick recap.
Okay, so just to make it clear, remember these phrases, my condolences.
Next we have, please accept my deepest condolences.
And then there's Tasker, offer my condolences to you and your family.
Don't forget, with deepest sympathy.
And finally, the simple, I am sorry for your loss.
Right, and with those, you can respond to pretty much any situation you find yourself in, with both sincerity and professionalism.
All right, we've finished today's lesson. How did you find it? Kyo mo sukoshi zutsu step up. Dekimashita ne. Hontoni. Sugoi desu. Please let me know your thoughts or requests in the comments. And Zeihi cheneru no toroku wo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. Ashita mo, ishoni, gambarimashou ne. See you next time. Bye-bye.